Good morning, students. Welcome to You Edu Acad. I'm your science teacher, and today we will start a new topic, that is graphical representation of motion. Here we will study about how the motion is represented on graph. But before starting the topic, I would like to request you all to please like and subscribe my channel, and please press the bell icon for the latest updates. Okay. In graphical representation of motion, we will study the two types of graph. It is basically the distance time graph and the velocity time graph. What is distance time graph? You can clearly see over here. Distance time graph is a graph which is used to calculate the speed of an object, but by the means of distance and time. Means a graph is plotted on the two axes. On the y-axis, distance is plotted, and on this x-axis, time is plotted. And from that graph, distance time graph, speed is calculated. Next type of graph is velocity time graph. Here, the velocity time graph, on the y-axis, velocity is plotted, and on the x-axis, time is plotted. And with both of these, we calculate the distance. Okay. Now, I'm showing you all a graph. Here it is y-axis, x-axis, distance is plotted on y-axis and time on x-axis. In distance time graph, we will study the graph in two conditions. The condition 1 is when the speed or velocity of an object is constant. That means it is uniform. It is uniform. Uniform means the speed which covers equal distances in equal interval of time, in fixed interval of time. You can see over here in the table, it is given the time is 100 seconds, 200 seconds, 300 seconds and 400 seconds. The time interval is 100, and in the distance you can see it is 10 kilometers, 20 kilometers, 30 kilometers and 40 kilometers. Here also the interval is of the distances are 10, 10, 10. That means it is covering equal distance in equal interval of time, which is called uniform speed. For this speed, the graph over here is straight line graph, which is passing through the origin. You have to learn this thing when the object is having a uniform velocity or constant velocity, then the graph will be uniform, straight, and it will be passing through the origin. Okay? The condition 2 is for the non-uniform velocity. What is non-uniform velocity? The velocity or speed when an object covers unequal distance in equal interval of time. Means time interval is fixed, but the distances are not equal in that time interval. Then that type of speed is non-uniform. Okay? In this type of speed or in this type of velocity, the graph will not be straight line. Okay? It will not be straight line. It will be of distorted shape. Okay? As you can see over here in this graph. And you can see the table that is green in color. The time interval is fixed. It is having 10, 100 seconds, then 200 seconds, then 300 seconds. The time interval is fixed. But the distances you can see over here. It is 5 kilometers, then 15 kilometers. The interval, the gap is 10 kilometers, then 15 kilometers, then 20 kilometers. Now here the gap is reduced. It is only 5 kilometers. So the distances are not equal, but the time interval is fixed. This type of graph is non-uniform. This type of speed is non-uniform, and the graph will be not a straight line. Now then, how to calculate the speed of the graph? How to calculate the speed using this graph? We have studied in our earlier classes about the formula of speed. What is speed? Speed is the distance travelled per unit time. That means speed is equals to distance upon time. Now, distance here is plotted on y-axis and time is plotted on x-axis. That means we can say distance is equal to y-axis and time is equal to x-axis, and y-axis upon x-axis, that means the ratio of y and x-axis is said to be slope of the graph. Slope, you have to learn this thing. Slope is equals to y-axis upon x-axis, and speed here is also y-axis upon x-axis because it is distance upon time, and distance is y-axis and time is x-axis, so speed is also equal to y-axis upon x-axis. And here speed is equals to slope is equals to y-axis upon x-axis. That means if we draw 2 points A and B, you can see over here I am drawing 2 points A and B, and now drawing a perpendicular on x-axis and y-axis simultaneously. From the point A, I am marking S1, that is distance 1, and on the x-axis I am marking T1. Then from the point B, I am also drawing the perpendicular on y-axis and marking it S2, that is distance 2, and I am marking T2, that is time 2. Then what will be the speed? Speed you will take out from the slope of this graph. The slope is y-axis upon x-axis. Now we have to take out the speed between A and B. Then the speed at B minus the speed at A I have to calculate. I have to only calculate the speed between A and B. Then the distance between A and B is S2 minus S1. The distance between A and B is S2 minus S1, and the time between A and B is T2 minus T1. Now you can see over here in this slope is equals to y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1, which is equal to speed, which is equal to s2 minus s1 upon t2 minus t1. Okay. In this way, we will calculate the speed of an object using a graph method. Okay, the next type of graph is velocity time graph. Velocity time graph is also like distance time graph. Here velocity is plotted on y-axis and time is plotted on x-axis. But here also we will discuss the two conditions. In condition 1, the velocity is constant. If we are looking at velocity time graph and velocity is only constant, that means the y-axis will not increase. It will be constant because on y-axis velocity is represented. So it will not increase, it will be constant. But in distance time graph, we used to calculate the slope to solve the speed. But in velocity time graph, to calculate the distance, we will not take the slope. We will take the area of that region. I will tell you how to do that. Okay. So in condition 1, when the velocity is constant, it is not changing, then the graph will be horizontal in shape. A straight line passing parallel to x-axis means y-axis will not increase because velocity will not increase. Okay, velocity will not increase, so the graph will be parallel to x-axis means it will be horizontal in shape. Okay, now we will take 2 points A and B. We will mark 2 points A and B, and if we have to calculate the distance between A and B, then we will draw the perpendicular on x-axis like this. We will draw the perpendicular on x-axis, that is A and B, C and D. Then now to calculate the distance from the velocity time graph, we will calculate the area of that region. Please don't be confused here. X-axis is written as y-axis and y-axis is written as x-axis. It is misprinted. Okay, to calculate the distance of the velocity time graph, we will calculate the area of A, B, C, D. It is a rectangular shape. So what is the area of rectangle? It is length into breadth. So what is the length? Length is CD. And what is the breadth? It is AB, AC or BD. Okay. Now distance is equals to area, and area is equals to CD into AC. Okay. Is that clear to you? Any confusion? In this graph, when the velocity is constant, we have to calculate the distance using this method. Now the second condition, when the velocity is increasing uniformly, velocity is increasing uniformly when acceleration is present in the motion. When acceleration is present, it increases the velocity uniformly. Now then, how to calculate the distance of that graph? The first thing in this graph is when the speed is or velocity is increasing uniformly, then the graph will be straight line but not parallel to x-axis. It will be straight line but passing through the origin. You can see over here, it is straight line passing through the origin. It is not parallel like in the case when the velocity was constant in condition 1. But here the uniformly it is increasing. So the graph will be straight line and passing through the origin. Now here how to calculate the distance? The method is same to calculate the distance from the velocity time graph, that is to calculate the area. But how to calculate the area and from which figure we have to calculate the area? We will take any two simultaneous point. Here it is taken O and A, the distance between O and A. We will calculate the area of AOT2. We will calculate the distance of area AOT2. Okay, it is triangle in shape, and we know how to calculate the area of triangle. It is half base into height. Yes, to calculate the distance, we will take into consideration a triangle, that is AOT2, or we can say it C. We will mark this point T2 as C. So we will take AOC triangle, and from this triangle we will take out the area to calculate the distance between A and O. Okay, now to calculate the area, it is area of triangle is half base into height. Now base is OC and height is AC. So half into OC into AC, that will give us the distance, the area of the 2 points. This is the required distance of velocity time graph when the velocity or speed changes uniformly, means acceleration is present over here. That is, the area of triangle is half OC into AC, or you can say the distance is half OC into AC. Now at last, I would like to recall what we have studied in this chapter. We have studied when the objects cover equal distance in equal interval of time, it is called uniform velocity. When the object covers unequal distance in equal interval of time, then it is non-uniform velocity. We have also studied from the distance time graph, speed is given by the slope of the line. It is important. And from the velocity time graph, distance is given by the area enclosed by the graph. Okay, हाँ, that is different कि अगर हमारी डिस्टेंस जो डिस्टेंस हमें कैलकुलेट करनी है वेलोसिटी टाइम ग्राफ से, तो वेलोसिटी अगर कांस्टेंट है तो वो हॉरिजॉन्टल लाइन ड्रॉ होगी, पैरेलल टू एक्स एक्सिस होगी, तो हमारा उसका एरिया फाइंड आउट करने का अलग मेथड है. एंड व्हेन द वेलोसिटी इज इंक्रीजिंग यूनिफॉर्मली, तो हमारा उसका अलग मेथड है टू कैलकुलेट द एरिया. बट द एरिया हैज़ टू बी कैलकुलेटेड टू कैलकुलेट द distance from the velocity time graph. Hope you all have understood this chapter. We will study our next topic in our next class, so please be updated. Thank you.